So I said I'd pop on and do some card readings. I'm delighted you're here with me. If you're watching the replay or if you turn up live with me, I'm really happy that you're here. So I'm holding the intention that everybody will get something from this. So you will receive healing here if you keep your heart open. Um, be relaxed about it. Be open. I know everybody wants to get a direct message, but oftentimes, what is, the message that is given to someone else may kind of ping in your own heart, and it will make sense to you. And if that happens, then that message is meant for you, because Spirit will use um, any means necessary to get you the message that you need. So you don't have to worry about getting a direct message with me. Um, the spirit will work and will bring you what you need. So on that note, don't spam. Like, don't keep putting your name up. You know, like once every third one is fine. What else? I read for the top a person at the top of my screen. So the top of my screen may look different to yours because I'm working on my phone. So all your names are kind of right in front of me and they fade in and out. So I kind of have to wait for the fade in to see your names. Because I've had people say that person wasn't at the top of the list and whatever. Um, Sometimes Spirit will pull me to a particular name. So it might be that it's not the person at the top of the screen. It might be someone that just, I see their name and Spirit just pull me in to working with them. So that's it. That's just the sort of housekeeping rules, I suppose, so that we can all get along grand. So just to recap, keep your energy open. There's always healing here present. One or more messages will resonate for all of us. Um, and it's the person literally at the top of the screen. So I'm going to go with Lee there. So Lee, you're at the top of my screen. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry you don't have sound, Marlena, but it seems to be okay for others, so maybe check your connection. Okay, Lee. So we have Nine of Wands in reverse. So the Nine of Wands is a lot of it is about being, having very strong boundaries, but also knowing your worth, knowing your value, not accepting anything less than that. It may be that you've left your boundaries drop a little bit. Um, It may be that there's one or two people that are pushing in on your energy. And even when you feel tired, you're still giving energy to these people. It might be that you're linked sort of mentally as well, so that you find yourself thinking about these people. Oftentimes when that happens, when someone is in your mind, so to speak, they are literally thinking about you. They're thinking about you in the way that, you make them feel good or whatever. And it's unconscious, but it's a way of siphoning some energy from you. So to have strong boundaries that way works across the board then. And energetically people don't get access to your thoughts. If you are saying no and you're being confident in it. That's the hard part. If we've been raised to be soothing and people pleasers and all of that, it can almost feel selfish to take back our power. But there's definitely a case with at least two people that are either just causing conflict or drama. Something is going on there that you need to pay attention to. The Three of Wands. Now, this card is usually about um, your ship coming in, things changing for you. I feel a lot of like compression or constriction with you. Um it's like you've always felt restricted, or possibly had sort of smother mother, or relationships where the females are very suffocating kind of energy, where you've been afraid to venture out beyond the comfort zone. And Spirit is saying it's okay, it's safe for you to go out beyond your comfort zone. It's safe for you to go after what you want. It's safe for you to have what you want. Okay? Ten of Pentacles. So this is all about relationship, harmony, community that makes you feel good, friends that make you feel good. So maybe have a look at your boundaries there, okay? So Karen there, it's at the top of my screen. I hope that made sense for you, Lee. Okay, Karen. Boundaries have been coming up really, really strong in all my readings about having tighter energetic boundaries. Okay. So we have the Sun, joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, play, and it's come out in reverse. So where are you blocking your joy? Where are you in resistance to being happy? You know what I mean? Resistance to being happy can sound very strange, but if you've been raised to feel that it's not safe to be happy because bad things happened very steadily for you, so that if you were happy for a while, you know, bang, here comes the next unhappy thing, or someone around you is unhappy or stressed or whatever. So there can be a situation there where you're afraid to really explore happiness or joy or feel safe in it. Like I was speaking to somebody yesterday and I was saying, imagine if we could lift all of that fear and anger from you and you could just be the happy version of yourself. And the person said to me, no, because I'm not safe if that's gone. You know, they had armored themselves for so long that they felt without the armor, they wouldn't be safe from bad things happening, which, you know, was kind of sad, but it might be relevant to you in some way. The Wild Rose, do it your way, embrace your uniqueness untamed. So there may be something where you need to just really go for it, Karen. It may be a situation in your life where you have to stop waiting for permission. You have to stop waiting for people to say, that's a great idea, or giving you the green light, and you just have to trust your own inner green light. The part of you that says, this is a good idea, let's go for it. Trust that. You know, trust that. So we have 10 of Wands in reverse. So you're moving beyond the stage where you were carrying other people's burdens, which is great. You're moving into a stage where you're starting to trust yourself, where you're starting to say, you know what? I don't need permission from other people. I don't need people to tell me, okay, you're good to go now. You know, you're getting into that energy where you don't need outside validation anymore, which is great. And 7 of Cups. So it's just, you need to make a decision. You can't keep procrastinating on this. You need to decide and then be strong in your decision. You know, don't be looking for people to validate your decision. Just be strong in it and move forward in that way. All right, my love? I'm just waiting for you to phase in again for me. I think it's a signal thing where, you know, there's just a little bit of a lag. So Asha Cora is the next name there at the top of my screen. So Asha. Okay, where am I with Asha? Pushing out of our comfort zone is what I feel all the energetics are about, you know? All this energy. I think women in particular feel guilty for boundaries because they're selfish, because that's how we've been conditioned. We've been conditioned to see it as selfish. It's not selfish. Somebody asked me recently, if you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for? And I wished for my kids and my husband first. Then I wished that I'd be, you know, free of fear forever. And then I was like, that's it, I'm grand now. I don't need that more than that. And here she was, could you not be a bit more selfish there? And I had to think. I was like, what else would I wish for? I couldn't actually think of anything in the moment. That's how conditioned I've been. So yeah, we need to get selfish. And then afterwards I was like, I suppose money, or I could have asked for a holiday home, or I don't have big aspirations, I suppose. Okay. Asha. So May Vago, the warrior saint. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. So this is the energy of being um, completely devoted to love, right? And this is such a beautiful thing. And I'm going to ramble a small bit now, right? But this morning when I woke up, I felt very kind of blah. I felt anxious, which when the energy is very strong, that can be very normal for me. But I had my water bottle next to me and it's pink. And I started feeling very connected to the water bottle, which might sound strange. But I held the bottle like it was a baby. And I was like, I love you so much to the bottle. And I even gave it a little kiss, right? And I put the bottle down on the thing. And then it just came into my head. You're connecting to the water. You're loving the water because you are water. You are water, Marlene. And then I started saying to myself, how often in the day do I go or complain or, they're all words that you're giving to the water within you. They're all words that you're speaking into yourself and over yourself. And I was there with myself and I was talking to myself and I was like, you deserve better now. I'm going to do better today. I'm going to be conscious that my words are connecting with you. So that was the message that was coming through the water. I am you, so it was very powerful. And when you devote yourself to love, then you become very stubborn about it. So it's like something happens, say something happens now and something happens to your car. So you can't get out of your drive or whatever. And you're like, oh my God. And then you start running ahead with the day. But if you were devoted to love, then you would sit there and you would say, thank you for this fantastic opportunity. I don't know how the day's going to go now, but I'm excited because I know I'm devoted to love. So only love is a possibility for me. Only love can come from this, the opportunity to love, the opportunity to receive love, the opportunity to know that I am held, adored. No matter what I think is bad, it's always good for me. Right? That's devotion to love. Somebody rejects you and you go, oh, bless, they don't have much love inside them today. I'll sprinkle them with some of my love. Do you know? Being devoted to love is a very ballsy thing to do. It really is. Love gets thrown around like the soppy thing. It's not. It's fucking powerful. It's really, really powerful. Love changes literally every situation into good. Okay, my name is Marlene, not Maureen. Okay, so we have 8 of Cups in reverse. So the 8 of Cups is about moving on. So Asha, where are you clinging when you need to be moving? Where are you clinging to something when Spirit are almost saying out loud to you, it's time to let this go now. It's time to let this go, Asha, isn't it? It's time to let this go, Asha. And you're like, I'm scared. And you're trying to cling on to it, and Spirit are like, let it go, Asha. And we have the Magician. So you have all the power. You are a manifesting miracle at the moment. You can call into life, call into being anything you want, my darling. So if you go through the day, Asha, just for an experiment, say, even just for an hour, right? Just for an hour, say, in this hour, I'm going to be a love devotee. I'm going to adore and worship love. I'm gonna beam with love. I'm gonna choose love over and over, over and over, over and over in this hour. Okay? No worries, Mariana. That's what I'm gonna choose. And then watch when you're devoted to love and you keep choosing love, watch what shows up for you, Asha. Like so many, enlightened beings have said, if you just love, like Saint Augustine was a fantastic scholar, loads of wisdom, great knowledge, and his most potent saying was, love and do what you will. Because if you love, anything you do will be saturated with that love. Excuse me for burping. Anything you do will be soaked in that love. So experiment with it, Asha. Experiment with it. And I'd love to hear how you get on. You can always tap in underneath here during the week. If you decide to do it, I want to know how you go. Anna van de Pavert, is it? Magnetic love, exactly. So Anna, you're next. Love is incredible, because the thing is, like, if you were someone who loved greatly, if you just chose it stubbornly over and over, right, everything would happen for you. I've seen that in my own life so many times. I get in that vibration of love and I get all the green lights. Random people will donate money. Things just show up. People telling me how great I am. My kids want to hug me. Everything just goes really smoothly. We see, we put conditions on it. I think that's the problem. We put conditions on it and we say, well, it's easy to love if you don't have any pain. It's easy to love if your heart's not broken. It's easy to love if you've plenty of money in the bank. But that's the opposite way to come at it. I'll be a love devotee when all this shows up for me, because it'll be easy. But now is when your devotion is needed. Now is when you rise above and you choose love. See, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. So Anna, personal choice. Okay, I pulled the power animal card. So this is for you, personal choice. So just close your eyes for a second, Anna. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. So when you have time later, Anna, close your eyes and invite in the energy of your power animal, because they didn't want me to, they wanted it to be personal to you. So what strengths does the dolphin embody? What was the other question? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? Embrace these qualities. Now, for me personally, dolphins are joyful. The positive side of dolphins, they're joyful, they're playful, they're highly intelligent, they are connected to frequencies. On the negative, they are supposed to be a very violent animal. They're actually very, they can be very violent in certain situations. So to embrace these qualities, I would feel, for you, is the dark and the light have their place, okay? The dark and the light have their place, Anna. You may be putting a mask on. You may be putting out this energy that, like, you're very calm, or, you're very peaceful, happy, or whatever. But underneath there may be something that wants to be said. Like, have you ever kind of nodded along and yeah, and inside you want to say, are you for real? Are you for real? Stop. Sometimes you need to let that side out. It doesn't mean you can't be loving with it, but it does mean that you don't shove it down and sugarcoat things. Know what I mean? The dolphin is very at ease with its playful, healing energy, but also its savage energy, the energy of, you do not attack my people or my tribe or, my pack. You know what I mean? That, like, you don't fuck with a dolphin, basically. Like, they are, like, if you look into them, it was very shocking for me. But again, that's the people pleaser in me. It's like, oh my God, how can such a playful creature be so savage? We all have the savage in us. We just pretend we don't. Right circumstances will bring out the savage in our child. Playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, wonder. You're getting such a strong message. You're getting such a strong message. Go in, go in deeply to yourself where you're you're masking your true desires, your true wants. Like as a child, before adults bombard us with what's socially acceptable, children have no filter. They'll say, "Oh wow, look at your fat belly." They don't mean any harm by it. They're just actually stating a fact. Or I don't like this anymore, and they go away. Remember playing with friends when they were, and one friend would just get bored and it's like, I'm going home. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't it be great as adults if we could just do that? We're out and we're not feeling it anymore and go, see you later, I'm going home. I want a sandwich. Instead of all the social niceties we have to carry on with. It would be so much easier if we could just be like children in that way and go, ooh, no, I don't like this. Heaven, okay. The extreme yang energy symbolizes the sun and fatherhood. It allows you to break through boundaries once too difficult to conquer. Utilize the momentum. Okay, make the best of your timing, end of fall and beginning of winter. So the unstoppable power of heaven is here to create or destroy. It's interesting the message you're getting there, Anna. You can use that energy, to build up or to break down. But always be aware, and I leave it at this now, but always be aware that you can break yourself down too. If you're not saying what is true for you, if you're not giving voice to how you really feel, you're breaking yourself down with your internal words then. Because if you smile along or you sit there frozen and you don't say anything, I guarantee you're going to go home and you're going to start saying to yourself, oh, here we go again. I can't stand up for myself. Why didn't I say this? Why didn't I say that? You're breaking yourself down. So that power to create and destroy is, remember, it can be internalized as well. We forget that a part of the equation. If we're saying yes to others and no to ourselves, we're breaking ourselves down. Sometimes that truth said is the best thing. Lapis, I'm from Japan. I love your healing message and energy. Oh, thank you, darling. Lapis, is that your name? Where am I going? What lapis? These ones. I forgot to add that filter, I guess. What's that about, my love? Oh, you don't have a filter. I love it. I love straightforward people. I love working with people to just get to it. I really do. I like it's for me anyway, because I can read what's coming. It's like, please just do away with the faff and just get to it. Just tell me. I prefer that. As long as you're not being an asshole with it, that you're not saying it to be hurtful. You're saying it because I love you and this is how I see it. You know what I mean? Okay, deep cellular healing. This is happening across the board for everybody. People are coming to me or messaging me saying, stuff I didn't think about for 30 years. Oh, what is going on? Spanish people are all like that. Maybe you would like it here. Yeah, I love holidaying in Spain. I love directness. I really do. Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So trust, Lapis, at the moment. You are being deeply held through this experience. Okay? If something very difficult is washing through you at the moment, it might be coming up as physical pain, it might be coming up as lack of sleep, your appetite is strange, you're unaccountably angry, you're feeling these emotions, you're like, what the fuck is going on? When you're going through something like that, the hardest thing for you to do at that time is explain it to others. You're trying to process something profound. You don't exactly know what's going on. And you're like, I have only the energy to deal with this right now myself. This feels like heavy shit. I can't explain it. And then you stay with it. You become unavailable. You tell people, look, I'm working through stuff at the moment. I hope all is well with you, but I really don't have the energy for myself and you. And you can say that kindly, but you have to say it, okay? It's very important. Because I feel dizzy, Lapis, with your energy. So I feel you're profoundly shifting. And you need to be away from people to really let this move through. Star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. You're going through so many changes, so many deep changes, so many activations. If you don't know what activations are, it's like a deep cellular change. You feel something is shifting in you. It feels almost like giving birth, or sometimes it feels like throwing up something that needs to come out. You know, you might find yourself blurting things or dreaming of heavy, strange, symbolic dreams. It's all going to come up and out for you, Lapis, okay? But you need to give yourself space from other people, okay? There's definitely a fine line between being blunt and being rude. I actually love my daughter, right? She's very blunt. She's not unkind with it, but she's uncompromising with it. So if she tells you something and that's how she feels about it, she's not going to waver on it. She's not going to backtrack on it. She doesn't want you to feel bad, but she's not going to make herself feel bad so that you feel good, you know? Faith. Okay, faith. Okay. Faith. Okay, top and bottom for faith. Okay, so we have panacea. There is a solution for every problem. The symbolic meaning in this card is very strong. Okay, so we have a loosely. Okay, I'll show you the picture. So she's loosely coiled with the rope. If you look around her ankle, she can untie that very easily. The snake is wrapped around her other leg. There is something there where you feel like you're very stuck. You feel you can't move forward, but you absolutely can. Sometimes the thing that we're most afraid of doing, the thing that feels, the thing that feels like it's kept us bound for so long, and that could go way back, is often the thing we can release the easiest, is often the thing that we can, with intention and conscious awareness, can release. There's something that you feel bound to or by that you need to bring your attention to, your awareness to it, Faith, because you're under the illusion that you're stuck or you're trapped, and you're not. You're not. All it means is bringing awareness to where you feel stuck, where you feel trapped. Bring that energy in, okay? Opulence, it's time to lead. So you need to let go of where you're feeling stuck and move into the energy that you want, the energy of taking charge, the energy of moving forward with your life. That comes when you decide, I'm not going to be bound by this anymore. I'm loosing it. I'm loosing that binding. The snake is all about death and rebirth. I've had a few dreams about snakes in the past couple of months, that were both of them were very powerful, very almost disturbing, but I understood the energetics of it. You have to die. You have to continuously die to what you think you are in order to move into what you came here to be. We can't cling to identities or even how our body looks, relationships, They're all continuously shifting, as you are. So let go of your fear of being free. Does that make sense, Faith? Powerful messages there for you if you sit with them. I really resonate with those because I had to do a lot of work around my feet in that way. Talk about the dreams during the full moon. Yeah. Monica, so you're next there. I think we're in a full moon at the moment, aren't we? Okay, my darling. Monica. I hope you know I have so much love for all of you. When I sit here connecting with you, I genuinely wish the very best for all of you. I energetically send you all so much love. So even if you don't get a message from me, please open to the loving healing that I intend for all of you here, because you're all my brothers and sisters. Intuition, trust, insight, awareness, guidance. So again, the light body energy there, Monica. There's something there that's becoming very heightened for you. Something you wanted to know, like a breakthrough, um, something that's been eluding you for a while. You were kind of foggy about it, or you couldn't quite figure it out. Now there's a strong light on it. You understand, you know. Sacral chakra. This is the energy of what I like to call your juiciness. The sacral is where, for women in particular, this is where the creative potential is. This is where the power is. The sacral, the hips, is also where you shove memories, pain that you can't contain, because the hips hold so much. So doing anything that stretches the hips, doing anything that moves the hips, twerking, just circling your hips, sitting down, stretching out to touch your toes, sit in a chair, bend forward, anything to give the hips a stretch. Sit if you can, if it's comfortable for you, and put your 2 feet together and let your knees drop open. Consciously connecting to your hips, to the energy and the pain and the trauma that is ready to move on from you there, that's ready to be released. I'm thinking of ways of transmuting it. Yeah. Connection, universal oneness. Oh, that's what I was just saying. Love, interconnection, support. So I feel there's so much interconnection here. We're all, we're all the same. We're all, we all suffer the same things. We all, but energetically here, we're all helping each other out just by being present, just by holding a loving intention for everybody else here. Your love creates so much opportunities for others. Sometimes just you sitting there and maybe seeing a name and sending some love waves to that person, even smiling at the name, can shift for that person. You know what I mean? It can shift for that person. Okay. Mandy Bowman. Did she say she was just popping in and popping out? I'll write her down anyway, sure. I hope that made sense for you, Monica. Okay, Mandy, if you're there, you're getting a reading. That's good, Jamie. Thank you. Yeah, Big Man Tate, that's it exactly. I often find that even when I'm giving the messages, I'm like, ooh, because it makes sense for me as well. Okay, Mandy, the devil. So this is the energy of, it can often be about toxicity. And I'm drawn to, she's pointing at the belly button. Okay, so there may be something, around, it would just make me think of the umbilical cord. There may be something around the mother. There may be toxic energy around the mother. Okay, so I ask for the highest good of Mandy, that any toxicity, any toxic energy that she pulled in the womb, and for anyone else here as well, any toxicity in the womb, any energy of fear, trauma, depression, anxiety, blame, shame, any toxicity, anything that was pulled in through the umbilical cord, binding her to her mother in some negative pattern, for her highest good and the highest good of everyone here, I ask that it be dissolved easily and effortlessly and removed from her body, from her auric field, from where it connects in to her back. Thank you for releasing this energy, and that it's released all the way back, all the generations back where this was handed down. Seeing 7 and 21. Thank you that this is dissolved now for Mandy, and she can go forward without that pattern, that addictive pattern in her system. Okay. And we have the world. So once you break patterns like that and you let go of it, then there is that energy of the world being your oyster. And if you see her energy there, she's very commanding. It's very much, this is what I want, this is who I am. I am stepping boldly forward with wisdom, because the owl is there. So you're stepping forward again without the permission of others, without feeling, because I have a burning in my taste, on the left. So you may have heard a lot of negative energy, especially around health, from your mother, from the mother's line, and the lovers. So the energy around that as well is letting go of toxicity, letting go of anything that was toxic, letting go of where you were dragged down, letting go of where you accepted slops, you accepted scraps, second best. You deserve the world, literally, and the card said so too. Start to carry yourself like that. New birth guarded vigilantly. When you're moving into that energy, you don't tell everybody. When you're transforming, when things are changing for you, you let it have roots. You let it gather roots. You make sure it's bedded in. And then you tell people. But you don't, because if you're around toxic people, people that aren't happy in themselves, and they see you starting to shine and thrive, they're going to want to bring you back down to where they can connect with you. So grow it internally and then let them know. I'm very dizzy with that, Mandy, so drink some water, my love. That was a very powerful clearing. So drink some water, darling. And let go of the anger. Okay, I have to wait for you to fade in again. So Jules, you're welcome, Jules. You're welcome, Mandy. Feedback is lovely. Okay. So, Jules, I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So, what you're here to do, maybe it's not what you think, or what you've been taught about what you're here to do. And I feel there's something changing for you or happening for you where you thought you were going to be going or what you thought you were going to be doing is shifting. And that deeper instinct, that deeper feeling, that deeper knowing is starting to become more prominent for you. And we have those kind of deep waters in the womb and the hips. And there's a deep releasing happening for you, Jules. It's letting go, my love, because it's such a strong cosmic pull. It feels like transcending something, transcending grief or pain, being set free. I think that's a very prominent message today. heareth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. There may be something in you that is awakening that kind of pain, where you feel homesick, but you don't know what you're homesick for. Or you feel a longing in yourself, but you don't know what the longing is about. And sometimes when that longing comes up, it can wash over you like a grief, because you're remembering who you were before. You're remembering what you decided you were going to do when you came here. And there's often a grief with that, because being human means sometimes we get sidetracked for a very long time, or we become influenced by the people around us, and we lose ourselves for a very long time. And when we start coming back to ourselves, there's a grief, there's a feeling of time wasted, but nothing is wasted. Nothing is ever wasted. Coexist. Cease your complaints and instead work with what you have. You will breed unnecessary stress and pressure if you expect others to think or behave like you. Everyone has a role to play. So that is part of coming into alignment, enlightenment, whatever you want to call it, that people don't tell you about. There's this time during it where you want others to have what you have, or you want others to be like you are. And there's this stress inside you when you see people doing what you used to do, and they don't want to know. And you know that if they know what you know, it would help them and they would move on. But they don't. They want to cling to. What they have. So there may be a challenge there for you at the moment where you just have to walk the talk, Jules. You just have to be it. Because oftentimes it's our beingness that has the strongest influence, rather than all the words, or wanting people to match us, or wanting people to let go of their stuff, and everything has its own perfect timing. So there may be something you need to let that resistance move out. It can be very lonely. It can be very lonely because your internal world can be very different to others' internal world. And the things that people get caught up with are not what you get caught up with, So just be gentle with yourself. Oddly, when I felt that grief and homesickness, I found Moldavite helped me. So I wear it often, but I know it's not for everyone. Yeah. It's a gap between my alignment and beloved. Yeah. Just live it. Just be it. Just be it. Moldavite can be helpful for people. I found that Moldavite didn't affect me at all. I felt kind of sort of compatible with it. I think sometimes when your vibration is at a certain stage, the crystals, they just kind of go along with you like buddies rather than actually changing things. I've crystals on every window in my house, and they feel like my friends. I think you get to that point where you're just kind of harmonious with them. But if it helps, that's wonderful. That's great. I'm just waiting for you to phase in. I'll do another couple and then I'm gone. You're phasing in and out because I'm doing it on my phone. So I'm just waiting for you to phase back in. Drink plenty of water because there's a lot of very powerful healing happening on this live. Okay, Dr. Jamie Ritchie. Jamie. Okay. I have more crystals than clothes. They are lovely though. The energy of crystals is lovely. Okay, my love. Jamie. So we have 3 of Swords. So this energy of grief, heartache, feeling betrayed. So you may have that either coming up within you, Jamie, or it's being mirrored. So there's people coming to you that have that wound, that have that betrayal wound. And it may be kind of tucked away back in the mind there. Might be a very unconscious thing, because I can see it around the age of like, I'm getting like 14 months old, so quite young, and some deep grief there that could be getting triggered again at the moment for you. Five of Pentacles again, a very strong card of being left out in the cold. This is like a rejection card. It's nobody wants you. Nothing works out for you the same as it works out for everybody. There may be that energy either moving through you, Jamie, or it's moving around you. You know, people are bringing that to you. So if that is coming up for you, sweetheart, if that energy is coming up, or you've blocked it, you've resistance to it, which is what I'm feeling. It's kind of like you have separated out from your heart, and there's not to interfere with it. You feel like it's going to suck you back in, because that's what they showed me, like it's going to suck her back in. It's not going to suck you back in. To feel it and heal it, you know, and release it if it comes up. Five of Wands. You're getting all of these cards, darling. This feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like people don't want to pay attention to you. And your life on the surface could be great, but that wound is ticking away there. You know what I mean? That wound that needs your love, needs your presence, it needs your awareness. Four of Pentacles, disappointment. Oh my God. It's just that energy of being in pain, focusing on what's gone wrong, or holding that energetic that you're going to get hurt again, you're going to get betrayed again. So you can't see the possibilities that are around you. The energy of love, healing, peace, abundance, vibrancy that wants to take up residence in your cells. But you have to flush this out first. That makes sense? So I'm going to do one more. Rebecca. McGray, I think. Becca. I hope that resonated in some way, Jamie. Rebecca. So we have Eight of Swords. So this is the energy of moving on. Okay, moving on. And as I pulled that card, I got such a strong pain there on the right side. But I would see this as third eye intuition. There's something that you know. There's something that you know, especially in relation to the masculine or males in your life, and you're not acting on it. You're closing your eyes to it. You need to decide. You need to take action on this and be done with it, okay? Six of Pentacles. In order for you to move forward the way you want to have the success that you want, the life that you want, you have to cut ties with this situation or person, and not close your eyes to it, okay? Justice. So something will be balanced. The scale will be balanced for you. Wherever you felt hard done by, somebody wronged you, somebody got something over on you, know that karma balances the scales. And I only said this earlier to somebody. Yeah, know that karma balances the scales. Six of Cups. Don't get pulled into nostalgia about the past. Okay, that's the hardest part when you want to move on from something and you feel stuck. Looking back with rose-tinted spectacles. You know, you gotta be very clear in your mind. Don't let that emotional kind of illusion pull you backwards. That was just in case you think I'm not showing you a card. That was just like the front card of the. It's not an actual card. Seven of Wands. Stand up for yourself. Go forward. Be bold. There's good things ahead of you. Follow your passion. Do what makes you feel sexy and alive and strong, and don't take any shit. Basically, know your power, know what you're worth, know your value, and then hold to that. Don't compromise yourself. Don't go against that feeling of, contraction. Trust yourself. Be your own hype woman. Be your own best friend. No matter what's going on around you, no matter what anybody is saying, guilt trips, whatever, you are strong and centered in yourself and in your own self-love. Okay? Be true to that. I feel a sneeze coming out. Oh, release, release, release. Okay? So I appreciate even all of you for coming on, and I hope you have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. Okay?